Well, I mean, certainly this was a feel-good day for us. Something we needed. Was really pleased with how our guys approached the start of the game. It's you come off a couple losses and you're at home and it's a game you got to win. And I thought our energy, especially defensively, was great. We extended our defense a little bit to start the game. More than anything, that was just wanted to get some energy in the building and get us playing. And thought we forced a couple turnovers, and our defense in the first half was really good. And then that led to great offense. I mean, for us to have 33 assists on 37 baskets is phenomenal. We share the ball great. Our spacing is good. It's great to have Alex back playing really well because that dimension that he gives us inside. And it was one of those games where, look, they haven't won. Everybody knows that. They're hurt with some injuries. But if you don't start the game right and you let them hit some shots and you let them get some energy and then our guys get tight, you just never know what's going to happen. And we didn't do that. We approached the game very well. Our guys were serious. There was a sense of urgency. And anytime you can make 17 out of 28 from three, it's going to make me look like a smarter coach. So it's funny how that works out. So anyway, good win and sets up a big last week of the season for us. You're going to have we kind of control our own destiny about where we're going to finish now. Playing Penn State and Nebraska, we're right bunched up together in the standings, 9, 10, 11, and we're going to find out this week. Do we want to make a push and come in ninth, or are we going to come in 11th? So it's a big week for us here the last week to play against two good teams.
Chris, in regards to the standings, is that something you're actively addressing with the team about getting that single bye, or is it something that you're just kind of letting sit there?
We started this past week. We hadn't at all. Our mantra the whole year has been 18-round fight. And to not get discouraged if you lose a couple rounds, that you're going to be judged by the whole 18 rounds. But, it's something that I put on the board actually before we played Michigan, because at that point, we could still catch Michigan. So I had from 8 to 12, we could finish at that point, we could have finished as high as 8th, or we could finish in 12th if we didn't handle our business. And we put that group of 5 teams up on the board. And we had it up there, and obviously losing to Michigan, it wipes them out. We can't catch them, So now that's 1, but we can still get to 9, and I know that's something that is important to our guys. You want to be in that top 10, and if you have a chance to get in the top 9, that would be great for us. I mean, for us to be able to have a chance to do that without our best player the whole year, be a hell of a thing. I mean, I'm proud of, and everybody's got injuries, but We've done a really good job this year, and we've withstood some different things. Our guys keep fighting, they keep playing, and we got a chance to finish strong. That's all you can ask for, and got a chance to potentially be the winningest team in school history. Win 20+ games. I mean, there's a lot on the table that I think are important to our guys, and they're excited about doing.
What prompted the full court press, and is that something we might see going forward?
Well, I think more than anything, we knew watching film we were going to zone this team. Just the way they played, it set itself up to play our matchup. We felt really good about that. So I didn't want to just start this game by running back and sitting in a zone. I thought it had the, in a game like that, you can come out and be sluggish if you do that. So I wanted to extend it just for anything. And if it didn't work early, I would have got out of it. But more than anything, I wanted to use it to juice our guys up. And we got a couple turnovers. We hadn't done that as much, so they probably weren't as prepared. We got a couple turnovers. We got some buckets. We got that quick lead, and we stayed with it. And, in the second half, they adjusted and got some good stuff against it. But I thought it was really effective for this game, and it's something we have if we want to be able to use it. And I thought it just set itself up for today, playing early, playing the type of game it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a move that we needed to start with some juice.
Coach, you talked all season about the guys when shots don't go down early, kind of get in their heads. In the last couple games, you guys have gotten off to some pretty hot starts. Do you feel like that's something that they've overcome? Do you feel like that they've moved past
I hope
that?
so. I hope so. For us, I've talked to some of our local guys the last, yesterday, when I think the biggest growth for us now is going to be our ability to have a firm resolve with our mental toughness. I think we've gotten better with that in a lot of areas. But I still think, at the end of games, it's reared its head a little bit. When you got to get a rebound, you got to get a stop. It's a loose ball that you got to get. You got to go up and make 2 free throws. To me, those are mental toughness things. I think our younger guys, we're still evolving. That's what the good programs do. The good programs, they win those games. And, that's the fine line in this league. For us, we're 6-10 right now. You could flip probably 4 of our games, if we were just a little bit tougher down the stretch. We played well enough to win. And, we've talked about it, and we continue to try to instill that in our guys. And they're doing better at the start of games, and I think maybe our staff's doing better, not putting as much pressure on them, trying to be a little bit looser. If you miss a shot or 2 early, it's okay. Keep shooting, keep attacking, keep playing. And like you said, though, it's like these kids are kids, though. So if they see the ball go in, your confidence is going to go up. So to be able to make shots early has been big for our team, and we made a lot of shots today, which was great to see, heading into the last week of the season.
After some recent rebounding struggles in the past few games, you really dominated in that regard. You had more offensive boards than they had defensive boards. How did that impact the game, and what does that mean moving forward?
Well, we were making a lot of shots, so sometimes I thought we did a great job on the boards, but sometimes a total rebounding number can be a little bit skewed when, as well as we shot it, there's not going to be as many defensive rebounds. And then for them, they really struggled to shoot it. So we're going to have more opportunities. So I love, though, our ability. 18 offensive boards was huge. Alex was 6. Gavin gave us 3. Gavin's energy was really good again. And, these last couple games, Purdue's going to mash everybody, and they had their way with us on the glass. But then to lose, I think, by 9 or 10 or whatever it was to Michigan, that was something that, again, that was a toughness thing in my opinion. And I thought our guys did a much better job on the glass today.
Have you seen an increase in really the fire behind the seniors with the season coming to a close?
Yeah, I think that's always the sense of urgency that the older guys have, especially Trey and Alex. You always talk to your team about trying to match what they're feeling. This is their last couple weeks of playing here at Northwestern. They love this place. They've given a lot of themselves. And there's a tendency sometimes for younger players, you think you get a lot of opportunities to do this when you don't, but you think you've got a lot of time. And, I think it's always important this time of year if your younger players can play with the same sense of urgency that your seniors are going to have. And there's no question that Trey and Alex have done that for us here recently and will continue to do that.
13 assists for Bryant. How does it change things for you guys when he's facilitating like that? And also, did you have anyone lobbying for him to stay in the game and beat Pat's record?
Well, it shows how loyal I am to my coaching staff because Coach Baldwin's my guy. And it's funny, though, to be honest, it shows how selfless Pat is. I was going to take Bryant out, with about 8.5 minutes to go. I had a sub at the table to take him out because, look, I'm a big believer in the basketball gods. It's something I learned from Coach K. The basketball gods punish you when you don't handle things right in the game. And the right thing to do was to get him out of the game. The game was in doubt. And I did, though, give him 1 minute because Coach Baldwin asked me to. And they work a lot together, Pat, and he watched a lot of film. They do a lot of breakdown work. And Coach Baldwin asked me if I would give him, at least 1 or 2 possessions to try to tie him. And that shows who Pat is. And it's unbelievable to have him on the staff. And I think Pat knows Bryant's going to break a lot of those assist records. So he's just holding on for dear life right now.
Chris, to change gears a little bit, toward the end of the game when when you're talking about trying to get subs in there, do you hear? When you got the game in hand, did you hear the crowd cheering for a guy like Charlie to get in, or anybody else?
Well, again, I'm not fueled by that. Charlie deserved to get some time. He puts a lot of effort, and the game was over. We gave him, I think, almost 3 minutes tonight, which was a lot. But I'm not a big believer in when he was out there, and our guys do a good job. It's not about trying to get him a shot or trying to. If he does within the flow, that's great. But our whole goal is every minute you play, there's no wasted minutes. I want to play the right way. For instance, at the end, I know the crowd would love to see us score 100 points. Skelly should have made the 2 free throws then. And but I'm not going to shoot the ball there. That's the way. Look, I'm old school, man. Everybody's been where Coach George. I've been on that bench when Michigan State or Indiana's pounding us, and you've all been on both sides, and you don't rub anything in. You handle the game the right way. You get out of there, and I thought our guys did a good job of that.
And did you, one more quick question, did you notice that Jordan had lost his shoe and that?
I did, and it's funny. If I would have probably taken a timeout and it was an experienced official too, Teddy V. He realized it and called a foul, which was the right play, so we could get a stop action and he could get his shoe on. If that wouldn't have happened, as soon as we got the ball, I would have called a timeout. But I guess he's got to tie his shoe tighter, man. It's I don't know these guys these days. I played a long time. My shoe never fell off. Like I don't get that. I know I'm getting older, but I just don't. I don't get some of these things these guys do in today's day and age. But I'm trying.